Hey there! You ever look at a string of numbers and just feel like there's a secret code hiding in plain sight? Well, today, we're going to crack those codes. We're putting your pattern spotting skills to the test with our ultimate sequence quiz. So, think you're a pattern pro? We're about to find out. I've got a 10-question challenge lined up for you. We'll start with the basics and then ramp things up to some pretty tricky puzzles. Ready to play along? Let's do this. First up, we're diving into the linear challenge. These are the sequences that follow nice straight-line patterns. Think constant, predictable steps. Okay, let's get warmed up. For question 1, take a look at this sequence: 7, 11, 15. All you gotta do is figure out the next 3 numbers in the pattern. Go ahead and hit pause if you need a sec to think. Did you get 19, 23, and 27? Awesome, you're off to a perfect start. The rule is just simply adding 4 each and every time. All right, let's flip that idea on its head. Question 2. What's the next term in this sequence? 28, 25, 22. It's going down this time. Same logic, just a different direction. And the answer is 19. This time, the pattern was just subtracting 3. Pretty straightforward, right? So this right here is exactly why we call these linear sequences. In that first example, the jump between each number, what we call the first difference, was a constant +4. And in the second one, it was a constant -3. That unchanging step, that's the signature move of a linear pattern. Okay, time for a quick definition. We've actually been using this idea already without putting a name on it. So, question 3. What exactly is a term-to-term rule? Yup, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It's the simple instruction that tells you how to get from one number in the line directly to the next one. You know, like add 4 or subtract 3. It's the most direct route. And this is a great way to see the 2 main types of rules. On the left, the term-to-term rule is like giving someone directions from one house to the next on a street. Just go to the next house. But the rule on the right, the position-to-term rule, that's like having the GPS coordinate for every single house. It links a number's value directly to its spot, or n, in the sequence. 2 very different ways to get to the same place. So let's test out that GPS. For question 4, I'm giving you the position-to-term rule. UN equals 8n minus 3. Can you use it to find the 100th term? This is where these rules get seriously powerful. The answer is 797. All you had to do was swap n for 100. So 8 times 100 is 800, take away 3, and you land right on 797. This formula is like a magic key, letting you jump to any term you want without slogging through the first 99 to get there. All right, you've totally crushed the linear stuff. Time to level up. We're now moving into patterns that don't just take steps, they take leaps. These sequences grow in much more exciting ways. So for question 5, check out this sequence: 2, 4, 8, 16. We're clearly not just adding the same number over and over again, are we? So what's going on here? The answer is you multiply by 2. This is a geometric sequence, and that constant multiplier has a special name, the common ratio. So instead of adding, we're scaling up. This is that kind of explosive, exponential growth you hear about with things like compound interest or viral videos. Okay, time for a true classic. Question 6 is about one of the most famous patterns in all of math, the Fibonacci sequence. So, how do you actually generate the next number in the chain? The rule is just beautiful in its simplicity. You just add the 2 previous terms together to get the next one. You can see it right here. 2 plus 4 gets you 6, 4 plus 6 gives you 10, and on it goes. It's this amazing self-generating pattern that shows up everywhere in nature, from the petals on a flower to the spiral of a galaxy. Just incredible. All right, pattern pros, I've got another special one for you. For question 7, can you tell me what this sequence is? 1, 3, 6, 10, 15. What are these numbers called? These are the triangular numbers, and they get their name because you can literally see them. Imagine building a triangle with dots. You start with 1 dot, then you add a new row with 2 dots, giving you a total of 3. Then add a row of 3, you've got 6. Add a row of 4, you're at 10. It's a pattern you can build with your own hands. And now for our final section, the final boss of our quiz, if you will. We are heading straight into the world of quadratic sequences. Let's see how you do. So, question 8 is super important. When you're staring at a jumble of numbers, What is the one dead giveaway, the telltale sign that screams, hey, this is a quadratic pattern?
Here's the secret weapon. It's not the first differences that are constant, it's the second ones. Watch this. First, you find the jumps between the terms. +4, +6, +8, +10. See? They're not the same. But then you find the jumps between those jumps, and look, they're all +2. When that second layer of differences is constant, you've found yourself a quadratic.
Okay, let's take that a step further with question 9. This one's a bit more technical. So, you've done the work, you've found that the constant second difference is 6. What does that immediately tell you about its formula? Specifically, what's the very first part of it going to be? The answer is 3n squared. And here's the pro tip, a fantastic shortcut from our source material. The number in front of the n squared, the coefficient, is always half of that constant second difference. So, because our second difference was 6, we know right away the formula has to start with 3n squared. That is a powerful trick for decoding these things fast. So there you have it. From simple adding and subtracting all the way to quadratic curves. These patterns are like the hidden language of the universe, and they pop up everywhere, in snail shells, in the stock market, in art. So the real question is, now that you know how to look for them, what hidden pattern are you going to spot next? Thanks for joining us.